Good morning, everybody. If you're looking for what you need to come out about today and how you're actually going to do that, what's in your way and how you can be more mindful during the process, then you have come to the right place. My name is Seth. I run Comingouttarot.com. You can always find out more about me over there. And we're going to use tarot to talk about you and what it is you have to come out about today and how you can get through it the best way possible. While I am getting these cards in order, hey Al, I'm using the Marielle today, one of my favorite decks. I'm getting these cards in order. If you haven't already, and whatever you're watching this on, if you haven't subscribed or followed, don't forget to do that, so we can keep track of each other. And wherever you're watching this, if you can hit a like or a thumbs up, hit that too, because it'll get it in front of other people, and you can take advantage of the message. All right, stay tuned for at the end. I'll give you a couple updates and some things that are coming up for Coming Out Tarot. Almost there. This is such a long deck. It's hard to get your hands around it, you know? All right, here we go. Obstacle, action, mindfulness. God, this deck is beautiful. I always forget how beautiful and gorgeous this deck is. Our obstacle today is the Two of Cups. Action, sitting in the Five of Swords. And our mindfulness exercise, I love when this card comes up for mindfulness, is the Fool. All right. Couple things. We got water and a lot of air. This is, to me, this is tidal wave of force. This is when water creates that force of air. That means there is so much intense energy going on, because water is already a powerful force, right? It can destroy almost anything given the time that it needs, or the weight of it can destroy things. But it can also create, even though we hear most about tidal waves and tsunamis, the wind force of that is incredibly powerful and can be just as destructive. So as we move through the challenge, as you move through whatever your challenge is today, we're going to talk about in a second, you're creating a gale force. This is creating something that's going to have residual effects in a way that you may not even realize. So know that you're making some strong choices. They're going to do some powerful butterfly effect stuff, and it's going to start in the day-to-day, and it may expand into something larger in your life, which feels pretty cool, I think, actually. But that's a sense of responsibility. So in your obstacle today, in the Two of Cups, the relationships that are most important to you, and I say most important to you, and that can mean a lot of things. It can mean romantic relationships. It can mean professional or familial. There's no discrimination here. However, I think they're ones that you might consider political. So the relationships you have that are movers and shakers, that start to shift the way things happen in your life, whether it's professional or family, those ones that you have to do some dealing with in order to get what you want, or work around to get what you want, those types of relationships are the biggest challenge to you coming out today. No matter what it is that you have to come out about, those political relationships are the ones that are a challenge today. Why are they the challenge? I think they're focused on who you used to be versus who you want to be and would like to be. So there is opportunity here to help share your story so that people see you as how you identify today. So what are the actions that you can take besides the opportunity that I see out there is in the Five of Swords. There's one of the biggest opportunities, especially around people who have a political nature, is to approach them intellectually. They may not need all the detail and all the stories. They may not need all the worked out plan. What they may need is the vision to trigger the opportunity or the idea or the concept so that they can get moving with you, or at least in the direction with you. So this is a bit of manipulation based on consequence, and I'm saying those things very specifically. The way they have worked in the past has been through manipulation with the how do I want to say this, threat of consequence, be it good or bad. It was a threat. The thing that can move them forward now is the understanding of choice. You can do this with this outcome, or you can do that with that outcome. Different than a threat, different than something that is painful, different than something that can hurt somebody. It's just one choice or the other. We're working in dichotomies here. And the more that you can find a way to bridge those two things and say it's this or this, but do you see the connection between the two? The easier it's going to be for the person who's in your way, this political relationship person, to move along the continuum with you. How can you be more mindful during the process? The Fool gives you the opportunity to have a blank slate, clean blank slate. Get rid of all of preconceived notions. Allow yourself to know where you've been and where this other person has been, but approach it with an eye of anything can happen and I'm ready for what's next, because this is one outcome. Based on what happens and how you approach it, something might change. Things could be different. So that Fool's approach, that mind's eye of anything could happen, that openness to what could be, is your next best mindfulness effort, because then it'll leave you unsinged as the rest of this starts to move forward. Because speaking of, there's no fire here, and if there's no fire here, I'm not sure how fast this is gonna go. So you're up. I keep saying opportunity because there's opportunity today. There's things that are missing, and your opportunity is to fill in those gaps. So there's a lot of opportunity. This is just a big opportunity today. There is some divine guidance, I think, coming for you too in the action that you take. That concept of using this or that kind of outcomes. There's something to that, and I hope that you take some advantage of it, because you don't want to. It's not being duplicitous. It is, there is this or there is that, and you're giving someone the chance to move forward with their own choices. All right, I hope this is helpful. If it is, don't forget to subscribe or follow so we can keep track of each other. And if you would, hit that like and whatever social media you're on, so that this will get in front of other people. A couple things that are coming up for Coming Out Tarot. I've mentioned this before. I just got done doing a great interview with Teresa Reed. That's going to be coming out of the Tarot Closet, a podcast that I've set up to help other tarot readers talk about what it's like to come out of the tarot closet and share their stories with you. Right now, the one you can hear, though, is with Mitchell Osborne. Super fun interview. I hope you'll all go check it out. And I'm just working now on confirming some other amazing guests that I'm going to have to tell you about soon. You guys are going to be so excited. All right, everybody. I hope you have a good Monday, and I will talk to you all later.